Hey guys, today I'm gonna be watching this video with you. Before you go to school, watch this, what is school for, and I wanna know a bit better about American school because I have my opinions on the Brazilian schools, and let's see what this video has to say about the American schools.
What is school for? Feel free to call me slow, but I spent 16 years going to school, and I still don't know. When I finished, I didn't know how to do my own taxes, purchase a home, or apply for a loan. I didn't know a thing about investments, building credit, or
Yeah, also here in Brazil, it's a bunch of useless things that we learn there. And when we go to university, a lot of the time it's just a bunch of more useless things, and school is just a waste of time. A lot of things that could make our lives much better, we don't learn there. We need to learn at home, on the internet, with other experienced people. But in school, which is the type of place everyone goes, they don't teach very useful things like that,
in a job.
even here in Brazil.
I graduated at the top of my class, and what did I have? This fancy diploma to sit at home with my mom. But luckily, they did teach me some important skills like factoring trinomials and how mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. I'm so happy I remember the Pythagorean theorem, because it helped me a lot. Okay, I'm lying. Let me stop. Because all the stuff they taught me, truthfully, I forgot. Mom, remember when you would ask me, what did you learn in school today? And I would say, nothing much. I wasn't being modest. The truth about it, Mom, is I had already forgotten. And it's not just me. Millions of students sing the same song. How many of you guys avoid eye contact with the teacher to try not to get caught upon? Afraid to raise your hand for fear of being wrong, which proves that school isn't an environment for learning or building up the intellect. It's just a game you play for grades and how many A's you can collect.
I think it's a way to train people in society to be a certain way so they can fit society, but I don't think it helps that much. It helps people to become like bots. Everyone is just the same, they don't think by themselves, and they just become a copy of another person.
What do you expect when the most commonly asked question in class is this gonna be on the test? Is this gonna be on the test? See, if school put learning instead of testing and memorizing as the top standard, then the letter F would not stand for failure. It would stand for find another answer. And if school was really interested in our personal and academic success, students would wake up later, have more freedom, and homework a lot less. And that's not my opinion. This conclusion has been scientifically tested and proven. And any teacher that doesn't believe me, feel free to check my works cited page to inspect. Oh, and I did it in MLA format because I know that's all you will accept. See, students would get more benefit from an extra hour of sleep than putting them through the torture of an extra essay, reading 150 pages, doing problems 1 through 60 on the worksheet, and having 3 projects due by the end of the week. Not only is it pointless pain, but it's also dim-witted, because we get so much work, but they don't teach the time management skills to deal with it. See, in school, we are controlled by bells. We have to learn in rooms with the feng shui of a prison cell. We have to ask permission to relieve bodily functions, but not before the teacher asks a million questions.
Okay, until now, it's just the same thing as it is here. There's nothing much different.
Why didn't you go before class? I'm sorry, my bladder is kind of on its own schedule and it's not always timely. See, teachers always say, use your time wisely.
Hoje, quando
Ok.
eles me veem com uma Porsche
Justa
Macan de meio
média.
milhão na garagem, uma
Let me
Mercedes de mais de
skip
200
this.
mil, eles me chamam de playboy. Só que eles não sabem porra.
But that never made sense to me. Because these 6 cruel hours of our lives we call school might literally be the worst use of time management ever in history. Think about it. The traditional teaching method is foolish. No, it's useless, multiplied by the square root of stupid. What they do is they cram
I
information
think
in your...
there are some useful things, like learn the main language. Like here, it's Portuguese. There you learn English. I think it's good to learn how to speak properly, how to read, how to write, and some basic math that you can use to do some things that you're gonna do every day in a everyday life, like buying groceries, counting the money, some things like that. But they put on a bunch of other useless things that you have no idea if you're gonna even use it, and you forget like more than 90% of the things you learned. Like he was saying in the start, you could learn how to deal with taxes, which would be useful for you guys, for the students, but then it would be probably bad for the government because they would probably get less taxes if people really know about the taxes. And there are many other things that could be useful in school. And now I don't think this video is gonna talk about it, but now here in Brazil it's not as bad as in the United States. Like I see people talking about they're switching genders from kids in school and things like that. But one thing that happens is if it's happened in the United States now, it's gonna happen here sooner or later, because most of the things that happens there happens here after some years. So I'm not hoping that we're gonna be good for some long time.
Force feeding you, and then you throw it up on the test. That's not education. That's bulimia. And the more bulimic you are, the better you will do on their assessment. So it's no wonder why so many students graduate mentally and emotionally anorexic. See, school teaches you how to memorize dots. True education should teach you how to connect them. True education teaches you how to catch a fish. School teaches you, yeah, you caught the fish, but you didn't show your work, so it doesn't count. Throw it back. I'm just asking, what is school for? It's not education. That's just not true. If you still think that, you might be sniffing glue. See, the word education comes from the Latin root educe, meaning bring out, i.e. bring the gifts out of a person and make them viable. But school doesn't bring out much. It just stuffs more facts inside of you. Now, some of that stuff is justifiable. We need reading, writing, and some arithmetic. That's fair. But are you telling me metamorphic and igneous rocks are more important than self-care? If suicide is the third leading cause of death.
So I think those things we learn in the normal school and university and places like that are only useful to work for the government later, because you need to do some tests to enter there. But we see a lot of dumb people working there, so it doesn't really make sense to be this way. But if you take a look at the private companies, a lot of the time they don't require a degree, because if you have experience and give them more results, give them more money than they will get after hiring someone that has more degrees than you but no experience, then they are gonna hire the person who does the best job. And this is in the private companies, because they want to earn money, obviously. So it's just useless, man. Let's be honest. Other than some things that you need a degree for, like to be a medic, a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, and things like that, where you need to go to school and learn certain things that teaches there, the university actually. Other than that, I don't see any point of going there. Maybe I'm wrong, but
of ages
I
10
don't
to
think I'm
24,
wrong.
and Harvard studies suggest the biggest predictor for success is self-control and emotional health. Then why the heck aren't we taught how to handle stress, bullies, or rejection? How about anxiety or depression? You know, skills we need for our entire lives. Bro, I don't even know how to cook. I'm honestly surprised I'm still alive. But hey, at least I can name all the battles that happened in the Civil War. Seriously, what is school for? Some say you need it to be successful, and that's something we do not doubt. But do you own a MacBook or iPhone? Did you know they both were created by a dropout? Are you watching this video on
That's true.
Facebook or
Most
YouTube?
rich people that I know, that we see on the internet, they didn't go to school or they dropped out. It's just like the people who defend the system of going to school are just the people who get paid to do something, make other people richer, their boss is richer, and those are the type of people who could be just kicked out of their job for something and end up with no money, broken for life, just because they defend this system and not learning how to do things by themselves. Man, it's something really deep to talk about.
Doesn't matter which you choose, they both were created by dropouts. Ever use Snapchat, WhatsApp, shopped at Whole Foods? Well, thank a dropout. Does your home furniture come from IKEA? Okay, don't get the wrong idea. He was not a dropout. Don't be a fool. I mean, how could he drop out? Ingvar Kamprad, founder of IKEA, never even went to school. I know what you're thinking. He's just
what I
picking and
mean.
choosing. There's millions who didn't go to school that aren't successful. Who is he fooling? And you're right. But open your history books and start perusing. You'll find the very people we idolize in school never really had formal and/or secondary schooling. I'm talking George Washington, Abe Lincoln. America's best presidents had zero school between them. Ben Franklin, Thomas Edison, shall I proceed? Ernest Hemingway, Mark Twain, Teddy Roosevelt, Margaret Mead. Now please, I'm not saying drop out, because some schools are great and many teachers are rare treasures. I'm saying that there's a difference between people who are smart and people who score better. I'm saying that your future is something that no test will ever measure. Even if that test begins in 3 letters like SAT, ACT, it's BS if they say those determine your LIFE. No, your destiny is in your hands. You must shape it to be great. So don't expect school to open doors, because it's more likely to slam
I
them.
almost thought he
In your
was
face.
rapping.
Sometimes I wonder about all the dreams lost in school and how much potential goes to waste. If it wasn't for music and YouTube, then I would have been just another lost case. Everybody watching this, please, close your eyes. Imagine a child sitting in the back of some teacher's class in some town. He never raises his hand, he fails most of his classes, but inside of him, there is a passion. And if nurtured and brought out, will lead him to discover the cure for cancer. But you see, I'm afraid that that child's gift will never come out. He will never win the Nobel Prize award because in class he was ignored and his worth was judged only by his scores. So teachers, principals, parents, advisors, and students, I ask one more time, what is school for?
And school is so normal these days as that people don't even think why are they going there, university and things like that. They just go because it's the right thing to do, but they don't even know what they want there. I know a lot of people that change courses after maybe finishing one, or maybe they don't like the one they are doing and just change course in the middle of the course. People are just lost. They don't know what to do, and I think they just go there because it's the normal thing to do, but they don't have an objective. They don't know why that's gonna be useful for, and I don't really like the way the education system is today, but from what I'm seeing here, it's basically the way it is in Brazil here. That there is not much difference, but yeah. This video is 4 years old, so it didn't talk about the feminism things that started happening in the last years, but I think it's getting worse. Let me see if it's just finished.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is
Okay,
Prince.
guys, let me know in the comments what do you guys think about the American school, or if you are from another country, let me know how it is there. But you know my opinion. I talked about that already, and I see you in the next video.